Hey guys, what's up? This is Pants Our Dragon, and today we're doing a top 5 best AD carries for solo queue. So in this patch, basically, Kalista and Mordekaiser have been nerfed. Last time we did this was patch 5.16. So the tier list changes up just a little bit, as the Mord nerfs were actually pretty big, while the Kalista nerfs also kind of hurt her a bit. Anyways, with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so at number 5 is going to be Jinx. Jinx right now definitely is one of the best late game AD carries. She just has so much steroids for herself, like the increased range coming from rockets, the splash damage also, the AD ratio on her W, the utility coming from her chompers, and one of the best ultimates an AD carry can have in the game. What she lacks is escapes, and for the bottom lane, this could be very hard if she doesn't have someone like Thresh to get her out of sticky situations, or just get straight up assassinated by Talon and LeBlanc and, you know, all these assassins. But who cares, she's the ultimate AD carry you want in that mid game and late game. Once she gets fed, you're gonna need an assassin or pick on her to basically kill her, otherwise she's gonna wreck team fights. Otherwise I'd give up if the Jinx was to be protected by her team, and I couldn't reach her. Next up is Tristana at number 4. Tristana is also a hyper carry late game, but she offers a little bit more than Jinx in terms of the early game, as she has a really good escape to get away from ganks, has good pushing power, which can also be a bad thing. Her E has better damage than Jinx, at least in early game, and she's also really good at taking out towers with her E. Also her R is really good self peel, and adds a little bit of instant burst without it being a skill shot. She's probably more carry and reliable on herself than Jinx will ever be, since she kinda needs her team to protect her. So if you're actually really good at Tristana and know her capabilities, I definitely say you should pick her. She's really good at carrying the game, at least in early game and late game, although in the mid game she doesn't have like any abilities that scale really good with AD except for E kind of, but it's not like the best. But at least she can get resets in team fights with her W. Next up is Kalista, so she's still actually really good. A lot of challenger AD carries will definitely carry hard with her, and it's actually sometimes disgusting. Like, I'm actually impressed whenever I play with someone who plays Kalista and does really good with her, because I always say I can never do that fucking shit. But yeah, she's like really good in the right hands, even though they did give her some nerfs like reducing her maximum passive percent damage to 10% instead of 12%, and the passive cooldown is on 10 seconds instead of 6 seconds, and there's like a larger time window for her ultimate, which is 120 seconds instead of 90 seconds now. People are still playing her, which makes her, well, a good champion still, despite all these nerfs. And literally, I think if you're a really good AD carry, or at least if you think you are, and you want to climb high, you can easily carry super hard with this champion. Like, her E, her mid game, and early game is just so strong that there's just not going to be a late game for her to fall off on, you know, if you can carry that hard. Next up is Vayne. So there's literally too much of seeing this champion in every elo, and now they're doing this new build where they're going like Static Shiv, Blade Rune King, and Triforce, which definitely gives her more survivability, and one important aspect, the attack speed. And the chain procs are nice too. But honestly, this champion right now is probably the strongest AD carry until her lane bullies come back in the meta. Or maybe she's just actually that powerful. Anyways, basically what happens is her early game isn't the strongest. She has like some problems maybe against Kalista. I'm not sure, who the fuck cares. She's very nice to snowball on. She can definitely carry the game hard, and she has really good 1v1 potential. And one of the best aspects about her is that even though if she falls back in the early game, she can still come back just by getting some levels and getting there into mid game and late game, getting some attack speed because of her silver bolts. And of course, just incredible scaling on all of her abilities. Except for E, that one's just utility. Anyways, super popular, super good at the moment. Try her and have fun with her. Probably want to put a last pusher somewhere in this build, by the way. And at number 1, but not as OP, Mordekaiser. So Mordekaiser in this patch, he got some base stats nerfs, and he also got his W nerfed pretty hard in my opinion. Like, it was super OP, now this is actually like pretty good now. Like, there's so many nerfs that happen to it, but I'll go over the main one. Basically, the damage doesn't overlap anymore. So having a gap closure support and all-in the enemy basically won't kill them anymore. But blah blah blah, that's over. Let's talk about how he is in the current meta at the moment. So there's a strat where you push into the enemy's tower and then you go farm your Gromp or Golems or whatever, and then you go back to lane and push it again and go farm the Scuttle, and then you repeat until you're basically higher level than the enemy, and then you can finally kill them or all of them, as your passive, you know, gives you full experience points from the enemies being killed. And that's the main reason why he's super good in the bot lane at the moment. You'll probably see a permaban at Worlds, or if he's picked, then he's definitely going to be picked up as first pick. like there's no way this champion is actually going through. And they also can do a lane swap, which would work efficiently and have an AD carry top lane. And he also gets Dragon, which is really dumb. That Dragon gives you so much objective control. You can do Baron with it, you can get more towers with it. And yeah, I think at Worlds, second pick is always going to ban Mordekaiser. It's like he snowballs probably the hardest in my opinion at the moment, as once he gets ahead, you can't kill him. He does too much damage and he just has a lot of objective control. Also, when talking about the build, I'm honestly really confused on what the perfect build is. There's Rylai's first and then there's Trinity Force first. But the way I differentiate it is basically I'll go Triforce if I need more AD on my team, or if we need more magic damage, then I'll go the kind of AP Mordekaiser build. Oh, and also don't max out E. That skill is still stupid to max out. You can put points in W until you feel like you're winning the lane, and then start maxing out Q. Next up, we're going to be doing some honorable mentions, and first up is going to be Corki. Corki he's a fun champion. How about that? And he just, well, basically the only reason I'd pick him if I were an AD carry main is if we need more magic damage on the team. Otherwise, I could care less, or if we need like a poke comp. Next up is going to be Draven, so like he's always good. There's like Bloodthirster build and stuff. Oh yeah, he actually got a buff. I totally forgot where he gets, you know, an indication for his teammates to come if he has 150 stacks. And he also gets more gold stacks if he catches 6 axes in a row or something. Either way, like, you know, he's a good AD carry. Next up is Sivir, and Sivir's interesting because she's like literally received so many nerfs to her ultimate, but there's still Sivir comps in the game, so that can work if you have, you know, certain Sivir comps and Rushdown. And the only AD carry I actually play except Mordekaiser is Ashe. Ashe is such a utility bitch that I don't even have to carry and let my team do the work while I just shoot arrows and slow them down. Really good at catching with the ultimate. Like, that's literally probably the reason why I play her, because I know the good fights and I'm really good at initiating because I'm a jungler. And she's just really easy to play. Honestly, like, there's no easier AD carry to play than her. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know who your favorite AD carry is, or, you know, the one to play in ranked. Don't say it's Mordekaiser because he's like super OP right now. Give me your actual thoughts on actual AD carry. Leave a like if you actually did like this video, since it does support my channel and it actually does help it. Anyways, thank you guys. I'm PantsDragon, and I'll see you guys next time.